Hey, hey, Spirit Gang. So, if this message found you today, don't believe in coincidence. It is because you are going through a massive spiritual upgrade, okay? And I'm talking about when it comes to your frequency, things are just going to start to fall into place, okay? And I know this because I experience it, and I experience it because I'm tapped in and I'm opened up to the collective, okay? And the reason that I didn't come on here yesterday is because I was being guided. I was being guided to take a step back, have a muggle day, and that usually means that something very powerful is going to happen. As you guys know, I have been on the night shift, meaning I have been so tapped in at night, but something definitely shifted because I woke up at 6:45 this morning after going to bed at like probably almost 3 in the morning, and I felt so energized. I felt so refreshed. I got up and did things. I did a couple personal readings. I did things around the house. I was even able to take a 30-minute nap, and I thought I would have slept longer than that, but I woke up right again, and I was like, okay, my schedule is completely shifting around. Every card that I've pulled has had to do with abundance, and I'm hearing, where did all this money come from? Okay? So as you shift your frequency and you're going through this massive upgrade, you're going to start finding things. Like you're going to find random money in your pockets, hidden in your wallet. Okay? Just random money is going to start coming in. You're going to find a $20 bill on the ground and no one's going to be in sight. Like nobody could have dropped it, right? Or you're going to like go ask somebody, did somebody drop this? And they're going to say keep it, finders keepers, whatever. It's going to be little things like that. You're going to know that you are shifting your frequency because little things like that, and they come in small, little, frequent, but more often type things. So get excited. Be like, yeah, I just found $20 in my pocket. You know what I mean? Because it's $20 that you completely forgot about. It's $20 that was there the whole time, but now your frequency is changing to a vibration of, I'm just going to flow, baby. I'm just going to flow, baby. And where money flows, money goes. Money goes, money flows is what I always say. And now it's flowing right to you because I feel like there's some sort of stress being relieved in the collective. Not to say that, that there aren't things that you still like wonder, are they coming? But once you start to release that fear of it not coming, and what I was experiencing yesterday is that the collective is going through a massive wave, like a big group of you are experiencing apathy right now, which means it's not like you don't care about things like, well, I don't care about my divine partner, screw them, or I don't care about money anymore, or I don't care about the divine because they haven't helped me. It's not like that, okay? Because that is kind of like resentment, so I don't care anymore because you haven't done anything for me. That's not the energy that I'm getting. What I'm getting is, like, even if you think about it and you want to get emotional about it, or just feel sorry for yourself, or be like crying because something hasn't come in yet or your person hasn't reached out yet, but you just can't. It's like, I know that I care and I know that I would very much appreciate money coming in, but right now I'm just kind of chill. That's exactly how it feels. It's like, and it almost feels like something's wrong, okay? And as long as it doesn't stay like that, because it should shift into starting to feel again. But what's happening is you've healed enough to go through this massive spiritual upgrade that you're in this area of your brain, and your brain is no longer immediately, like the second you open up your eyeballs, right? It's no longer searching for things to be stressed out about. And once you start to do this enough, it trains your brain frequency to start to chill. So you're in this chill area and you don't know whether to, be stressed out. It's not even like you could be stressed out. This is the apathy that I'm getting. It's like you start to think, well, maybe there's something wrong, or maybe something's not meant for me anymore and I just don't feel anything. That's what it feels like. It just feels like empty, kind of. But it's not, because you're energized. You're just kind of chill. It's almost like, the movie Office Space where he does that whatever he does, that little voodoo thing, and he goes and sees that therapist or whatever, and the therapist is like so tapped into him, and he just wakes up, and I just saw 444 on the timer, you guys. He wakes up and he doesn't care about anything. Like, he's just like chill, whatever. Like, that movie, Hey Peter, what's happening? You know what I'm talking about? Everybody's seen the movie Office Space. Come on. If you haven't, you should watch it. It's funny. It's got Jennifer Aniston in it, and that's all I can remember who's in it. But what I'm getting here is that that is the state of mind that you're in. And as long as you don't stay in that, because that can turn into like a moping around depression if you're in that too long. But you'll know the difference because you'll feel just kind of chill. You're like, oh, they didn't call today? Oh, all right. Oh, that bill's due? We'll figure it out. Everything's chill. Everything's good. Everything's all good in the world, right? In your specific world. I'm not talking about political stuff, okay? I'm talking about you just wake up one day and it's almost creepy because you feel like you don't care, but you know that you do. And so that will start to shift because when your brain no longer starts to, when you open up your eyes in the morning, it's used to fight or flight mode. It's used to, what did I not do yesterday? Shit, what do I got to do today? Who hasn't called me or who am I supposed to call or what's going on? You know what I mean? It automatically starts to go into fight or flight mode. But once you start to get into apathy, you wake up and you're like, I can't wait to have my first sip of coffee. You open up the window and you're like, hello world. That's what I say. Every single time I open up the window, I say, hello world. And you just start to feel this sense of apathy. And then randomly throughout the day, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't think about my twin flame yet today. You did, but not in a way of wondering what they're doing or looking up their social media or being angry or being sad. You think of them and you kind of just keep doing what you're doing. They're always with you. They're always in your thought, but it's not in a way of what am I frantically searching for, right? Or frantically stressed out about something that you had been stressed out about. So when you get to this level of healing, it comes in as apathy. So that's what I'm getting right now, okay? And after this, what I'm getting from Spirit and the predictions that I'm getting, for those of you that are experiencing that, you're going to start to find that when you wake up in the morning and your brain's not searching for that fight or flight, I don't know why I can't spit that out, you start to find things to get excited about. Like I said, just the highlight of your morning could be, I think about the coffee that I'm going to have the next day. I get so excited because I'm like, ooh, it's nighttime. I get to have coffee tomorrow or tea or whatever. It's just the little things start to be exciting again. And it's almost like, in a way, it's like seeing the world through eyes of a child again. Like before, everything was projected onto us and we had traumas we had to heal. But in that moment where you wake up and you just want to play, right? You just want to do things that are fun. You just want to, you have fun getting ready. You have fun picking out your outfit. I mean, walking your dog, things like that. And when you start to change your frequency like that is when you start to align with higher frequency things, like things to get excited over, like finding money in your pocket. And eventually you're going to start to find that you're going to get a new job offer. You're going to get a promotion because your energy is shifted. You're linking up with your soulmates. Your person calls you out of the blue because they can feel energetically that you're just bouncing around on air, living in this high vibe frequency, okay? And I'm seeing like the King or Queen of Pentacles. Now you're creating peaceful abundance. So what I'm getting here is that if you were aligned with this message and you are experiencing that apathy over certain things in your life, I'm getting here that it's going to start to come in little things like money. And you're going to be like, where did all this money come from? Okay. And it's going to build up. And then eventually people are going to be like, where did all that money come from? Like, how are they making so much money? Not that it's any of their business. I do recommend keeping that stuff private because there are people that would like handouts, and to be smart with it. All right. But what I'm getting here is that there's a massive shift in the collective going on, okay? Can you feel it, is what I was hearing. And where did all that money come from? So it's going to start there. And then once you start to get in that high vibe frequency, you're going to start to feel happy again, okay? You're not going to stay in that apathy forever. And when you start to find happiness within yourself and the little things, even down to the first sip of coffee, this is just an example, you're going to start to love what you do. You're going to start to have more time to create because now what you're doing is you're not sitting there stressing all day about something or you're not sitting there pissed off about something. You're finding ways to create more abundance because now your brain has more time to do that because it's not going down a rabbit hole of panic mode, right? So what I'm getting here is every morning when you wake up, try to change the dial. If it goes there, be like, no, I'm not going to do this today. Imagine yourself moving the energy like out of your body, okay? And what I want you to do is just picture it, like any blockages or any negative thoughts. Just imagine yourself moving. You can picture them, picture it however you want. Energy, just moving it out of the way. Picture your path for the day and moving it out of your way. If it's words, if it's trigger words, imagine the word in big bold letters and just slide it right out of there, okay? Any way that you can. Change the dial. Put on happy music in the morning. And when you get used to that and you're not going straight for your phone the second that you wake up to start to go down those rabbit holes or to check people's social medias or to check your social media, then you start to enjoy the little things. And that's what I'm getting here. And once you start to develop this skill, because it's like a skill set, because we're creatures of habit, because we are living the human experience, right? We have to train ourselves to get used to this, and then we start to move ourselves out of that fight or flight mode. It goes into the apathy mode, and everything's all good in the world, not to worry. And then you start to move into things that you get excited in. And that's how you start raising your frequency even higher and even higher. So as you're going through this massive upgrade, it's like you have little blips of moments where you're actually elevating it even more, okay, as you're going through the spiritual upgrade. And as always, you know, even though I love the coffee, I say stay hydrated and everything through these moments. But if you feel like you need to take a day off like I did yesterday, it's because something is coming in, okay? And you'll feel a lot of, right before this shift happens, it will feel like everything that you've ever like were embarrassed about or were upset about, sometimes it's like replaying over in your mind. I'm like, why am I thinking of all these things that I haven't thought of in years? It's because they're coming up so you can be like, okay, you know what? This is stupid. I forgive myself for that. I don't even talk to that person anymore, so I forgive them, and I'm not that person anymore, so I don't have any reason to stress about it, right? Because it's just a memory that I'm carrying from a moment that doesn't exist in time anymore, right? For me anyways, in this current moment. And when you get rid of that, you start to shift your mentality, okay? And you start to make room for the new coming in, because the new is coming in. And like I said, you're going to see it. I'm hearing you're going to see things like you're going to find things that you were looking for. Things that you haven't been able to find in a long time. That's going to be exciting for you, okay? So if there's something that you may have lost in your house or something, you're going to feel the urge to purge, okay? You're going to want to get rid of stuff because you're going to be like, why am I holding on to all this stuff that I don't need? And that is making room for new abundances to come in. That is making room for when you do have the bigger chunks of money start coming in, or randomly you're going to find, oh, that bill got lowered, or they wiped away my debt, and all of a sudden I've got extra funds coming in. Things are going to come into balance. So you're going to make money when a bill comes in. And so it's not like when you think of it like, oh, I just got my hands on that money and now it's already gone. It's random money coming in that you weren't expecting that already took care of a bill that you were going to have to pay anyway. So it's balancing itself out. And once you start thinking of it like that, then you start to pull in more money, and that's where money goes, money flows, right? And so when you start to get excited over that $5 bill that you found, that you washed in the dryer, or in the washer and dryer, or that you found in an old purse or wallet, and clean out your old purses and old wallets, okay? Clean out the old receipts, the old credit cards, anything that has any energy of stagnancy or something's gone or missing, okay? Get rid of that, all right? So I'm hearing here that it starts with that, and you're going to start to see your pockets fill up, okay? And random exciting things happening to you. It's going to be like on a lucky streak, but the thing is we make our own luck, right? And you're making it by shifting your energy as soon as you wake up in the morning, okay? And before you go to bed at night, releasing anything that stresses you so you don't carry it with you to the next day. And when you get to this point of apathy, which I feel like a lot of you are, because you have really been working on yourselves, or it's upcoming, because a lot of times I'll pick up on it futuristically. So once you start to work on this, expect once you get to that mode, don't forget, like, you know, because it's kind of like you're borderline, like you want to go into panic mode again. Like, why am I not feeling anything? Like, normally I would cry over, you know, something, but I just can't. So does that mean that it's not meant for me? Does that mean that, you know, no, that's not what it means. It means that you're closer to it. Okay, so that's the message that I have coming in for you today. I am going to be doing a reading. I've got a bunch of new decks, you guys. I went crazy with the decks just because I'm going to be starting that new channel, Queen of Wands era, for you divine feminines. If you'd like to follow me there, it's Queen of Wands era. Okay, I'm super excited about it. It is a coming soon, because I've got a lot of things planned for that, but I'm super excited and I can't wait to see you guys there, and I'll see you guys a little bit later for a tarot reading. Love you guys. Bye.